On a beautiful night in Central California, Mountain West Conference action brings us to Save Mart Center as the Wyoming Cowboys come to town and do battle with the Fresno State Bulldogs. Take a peek at the conference standings 1 through 11. Boise State the top dog right now, but Wyoming, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Diego State, who just won a couple of moments ago, amongst the top 5. Colorado State obviously had some work last week against Wyoming. A game that you saw, Jess Settles, a game that went to overtime and saw the home team prevail in Wyoming.
Seems like every game I do in this league, it comes down to the wire. This is a special conference. A lot of teams are going to parade to the NCAA tournament, and we've got one of the biggest games of the year right here on FS1.
Looking at the starting lineup on both these sides, Jeffries, Wenzel, Maldonado, Odin, and EK, Hill, Campbell, Colomario, Holland, and Robinson. The two bigs, obviously the marquee players tonight, Jess, as we're coming to you live from the Save Mart Center here on the campus of Fresno State. EK is one of those guys where you think about what can't he do. 19 years of age, tore his ACL, and he's been on the come ever since.
When you get the ball inside, you have to double him if you're Fresno State. He is a dominant force, a double-double machine. And on the other side, Orlando Robinson, one of the best players in all of the land, can get 30 in his sleep. You love big guys, you're in the right place.
Oddly enough, too, with head coach Jeff Linder for Wyoming, he told us earlier today, he said this is like an old school type of team that he has. They feel like a ground and pound. They can work inside and out. And you have that combination of Maldonado and EK that can really do damage anywhere on the court. They're putting tip-off control. But the home team and Fresno State has possession, moving from left to right on your screen. Hill with the rock, entry feed down low. Fresno State red uniforms tonight. Big shots good off the glass from Anthony Holland. Just like that, the home team's out in front, 2-0. Holland scored 21 points the other night against Nevada, 21 points, and 7 of 12 shooting from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown, also had 10 rebounds. Bad pass, and here comes Holland. So Holland, Hill. Robinson, you'll see him in the high post. Moving the ball the way around, Jordan Campbell. Man-to-man defense being applied by Wyoming. It's typically what they do. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Outside to Campbell. Launches a three. That one goes in and out. No good. Defensive rebound for Wyoming, and back they come.
And Fresno State's defense is so stout, one of the best in the country, but let's not forget about Wyoming. They guard the three. They put a lot of pressure on the ball, and they're humming it both into the court this season.
Back the other way. Maldonado left alone for 3. No good. Hill with the defensive rebound. Back comes Fresno State.
And that's where Fresno State wants him. Not a great three-point shooter, can hit about 1 a game, but he posts up better than any point guard in the country.
Robinson off the dribble against EK. He goes up. Shot won't fall down, but 2 free throws coming his way.
Foul trouble for the bigs. Such a huge story in this one. Those two guys have to stay on the court, but the pump fake, the kiss off the glass, and that's a good sign for Fresno State. And this guy is a walking bucket. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. He always ends up either scoring or at the free throw line.
Yeah, at the charity stripe this season, Robinson is 78% on the year. Robinson 4th in the conference in scoring at 19 a clip. Nearly 8.5 rebounds. It's good for 5th in the Mountain West Conference. He's started and appeared in all 23 games now up to this point. He goes 1 for 2, and it's a 3-0 advantage for Fresno State. Bulldogs coming off their victory against Nevada, 73-56 here at the Save Mart Center. They led wire to wire, snapping a 9-game skid to the Wolfpack. Maldonado, down low feed, EK. Working against Robinson for the first time. Outside, that three-pointer on the way. Wenzel is good, and we're locked up at 3.
EK's such an unselfish player. He draws a crowd, and then kicks it out for the wide-open three-point shooter. And Wyoming puts so much pressure on your defense because you have to send help, and yet there's shooters all around the perimeter.
Now looking for a screen from Robinson. Campbell. One at a time, that'll be a kick ball. Jeffries with that kick.
And Fresno State wants to double this. And then the left-handed pass just right in the shooting pocket, so you have to get there as quickly as possible. But when you have a guy who can pass like EK, it's a lot easier said than done.
One of the things that he will force the defense to do is bring a double. Grab EK. Holland gives it up. Robinson taking his time with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's a step back for Holland at the elbow. That one's off the mark. No good. Team rebound. Series history going one way. This is all Fresno State. 21 up, 12 down. In fact, they have dominated here in Fresno. 14 wins and just a mere 3 defeats.
Well, we talked about the big man matchup, David, but the matchup between Maldonado and Holland is just as important.
Speaking of that, Wenzel trying to go back-to-back. No good. Robinson with the defensive rebound. Here comes him. No numbers, good transition defense. And that's one thing that Wyoming's improved on as the year has come along, is their team defense. Outside three-pointer, the way is a little bit short. Colomario off the mark, and back comes Wyoming.
Exactly right. They only give up 28% from beyond the arc, so no easy baskets against Wyoming.
Fresno State not too shabby either on the defensive end. EK with a pivot against Robinson. Can't get the roll. Offensive rebound, though. EK up again. He gets it to fall this time. Cowboys with their first lead at 5-3.
A good initial defense and forced a tough shot, but it doesn't matter if he cleans up his mess and puts it back in.
Robinson launches a three. Can't hit the three. Be a push off underneath. Loose ball foul for Fresno State.
Well, EK's going to outwork you, and he keeps fighting. You put it up, pretty good defense. Everybody turns and ball watches, and he takes on the entire front line and puts it off the glass. That's what he did to Boise State, and that's why Wyoming has a chance to make a lot of noise going forward in this conference and in March.
Yeah, Wyoming has won 9 of their last 10. In fact, 3 straight. Maldonado with the rock. Jeffries on the outside. EK, though, matched up against Robinson. 12 to go on the shot clock. EK, patient with the move. The southpaw will finish with great ease.
The reason that works is because Jeffries and Wenzel are set up on that side, and you can't just come blindly down and double. The double comes a little too late. He wins the one-on-one matchup. This offense puts so much pressure on all 5 defenders.
They'll pick and roll action from 17. Got it. Nice shot from Isaiah Hill, averaging about 9.5 points per game this season. Had 14 the other night against Nevada.
He gets better every time I see him. He's getting downhill better, hitting that 15-foot jumper. He's hit 5 out of his last 8 threes and becoming a more complete player.
He came back to work again amongst the double team. This one off the mark, no good. Colomario with the defensive rebound. Back comes Fresno State. Just about 5 minutes expired here in the opening half. Robinson back the other way against EK. Too much muscle, no good. Offensive rebound. Players hitting the deck outside again. Shot clock reads at 15 seconds. 3-point away from Holland. This one back iron, no good. Tapped around. Campbell thought about the 3 and pulled it back.
Colomario just rebounds at the offensive end as well as any smaller forward you will see. He slithers through there, comes up the rebounds, and keeps his team alive. And
Hill hitting the deck. Back comes Wyoming. Jeffries with a rare touch so far. Maldonado to EK. It's a bad pass intercepted by Robinson. And here comes Fresno State. That's something that Wyoming does not do a lot of. Turn over the basketball.
And they don't ever run. And in that situation, they had a 5-on-4. But the game plan is we don't push it. We're going to walk it up, beat you in the half court, and they stay disciplined.
Campbell underneath again. That's the penetration that you want if you're a Bulldogs fan. Colomario will finish this time. We're locked up at 7 apiece. Fresno State 2 of their last 9 from the field.
He's just fun to watch on the glass. I mean, such a Swiss Army knife. Does everything to help his team win, and when that shot goes up, he's coming in there. You got to put a body on him.
Jeffries, nice ball fake. That one draws back iron. Robinson with the defensive rebound. Here comes Fresno State. Fresno State's defense amongst the best in the country, yielding just 57 points per game on the year. Unheard of. Campbell to Hill. Go to Holland. Not much separation at all for Wyoming defensively. EK tried ripping that away for Robinson as we go to break right now. 13:42 to play here in this opening half. You see the big man, Graham EK, doing work amongst the trees. Cowboys and Bulldogs locked up at 7 apiece. We'll be back. Back here at Save Mart Center. Just settles David Gascon. Wyoming and Fresno State locked up at 7 apiece. And Jess, you saw this man a lot in the last couple of days. Hunter Maldonado, he carved up Colorado State last Monday night.
You know exactly what he's going to do, but you can't stop it. He's going to pound the air out of it on the post. He's going to dribble you in, back you down, play a little bully ball. No one's been able to stop him recently. And that's why Wyoming is surging. He's shot 154 free throws on the year. There's the court storm. He stuck around when things were lean for Wyoming. They weren't winning. He bought into the new coaching staff. He's being rewarded with an All-American level year. And look at the assists. Leads the league in assists. That's why you can hardly come down and double him. He'll just find the open three-point shooter.
Yeah, that game on Monday against Colorado State, 35 points on 12 of 19 shooting, had 7 assists and 3 rebounds in the victory. So you saw court storming on Monday. They also did a little bit of that on Thursday against Boise State, snapping their 14-game winning streak. Back here to Hill. That ball goes out of bounds. And looks some officials trying to get together on this. One official's pointing at the other. It's going to be possession of Fresno State. We're on the campus of Fresno State here in the Central California. There's head coach Justin Hudson, head coach of Fresno State in his 4th year as the head coach of the Bulldogs. Shot released quickly with 1 to go on and off the mark from Campbell.
We talk about Maldonado's dominance. If there's one kryptonite for him, it's been Holland for Fresno State. These guys, this is their 5th matchup against each other, and Maldonado averaging under 10 against Holland. You wouldn't notice it on that move, but he's a physical defensive player.
Nice little shooter's touch right there from Maldonado. He's on the board. Cowboys back out in front, 9-7. Curing a drought of about 2.5 minutes. Folks looking to win 10 of 11 and improve their record on the season in 19-3. Hill. Inside again, Campbell left alone for 3. Drawn back iron, no good and off the mark. Defensive rebound for Wyoming and Jeremiah Oden. Oden hasn't gotten into the game too much so far. Maldonado outside to in, and he clears it. 11-7 is the score now.
I talked to Coach Hudson before the game, and he called that move the dad in the driveway back down. He goes, it's so difficult to stop. He goes, we're going to throw different guys at him, different looks, but no one in the Mountain West has been able to stop that move, that post-up move in the paint that he's a master at.
So far, he's got 4 points on 2 of 3 shooting from the field. Colomario with 5 to go in the shot clock. Hill lets it fly with 3 to go. That one no good either. Jeffries with the defensive rebound for Wyoming.
What's made Fresno State so good in conference play has been their ability to knock in that 3-point shot. They've stepped up in that category, but in this one, they are cold, and they've got to start knocking those down.
And they're 0 for 5 so far. That release, a defensive rebound by Holland. Hunter Thompson let that thing fly. Just about 9 minutes gone here in the opening half. 11-7. Cowboys with the advantage. Both teams have had a lead so far. Hill into the key, the dump off on the weak side. Easy as that. Viola, his first touch tonight. Robert, just a freshman at 6'8" and 245 pounds.
He had 10 rebounds against New Mexico when Orlando was injured, so that is a great sign. Knows his role, comes in, kisses it off the glass, but they can give the big fella some rest with this kid stepping up. It's a positive.
Yeah, he didn't score at all the other night against Nevada. An offensive foul. Yes, it will be an offensive foul with Wyoming. Jeremiah Oden.
You can call it a post-up move. You can call it spin moves, bully ball, or dad in the driveway. The result's always the same.
David Gascon just settles here on the campus of Fresno State. Cowboys up by a basket, 11-9. Things aren't working from the outside, Jess, but we go inside with the Bulldogs.
The textbook screen by Viola. Reverses the basketball, sets another one, and then rolls hard to the basket, shows his hands. Excellent pass. That's how you have to break down a defense. And Coach Hutt plotting his guys for the execution at the offensive end.
Yeah, 4th season as head coach of Fresno State. 62 wins, 46 defeats. An alum of Cal State University of Bakersfield back in 1994. Jeff Linder on the other side for Wyoming, and he has resurrected this Cowboys program.
To say the least. What a week for Wyoming. What a surge. He's always been a master of player development, but this guy is a winner, and they've got a good one there, and they have an outstanding team.
Pick and roll action. Colomario taking his time, down low, turnaround, fall away, no shooter's touch there. Defensive rebound from EK, and back comes Wyoming. It's fascinating to see what this Cowboy team looks like so far, just because of the amount of energy they've spent over the last week. Overtime victory against Colorado State, and then, of course, the thriller against Boise State on Thursday night. EK, nice move to spin patient, trying to grab his own miss, skying up for that. Going up hard, move by Wenzel, and he finishes, though, 13-9, Wyoming.
They've been the tougher team in this first 10 minutes, getting on the offensive glass, and you're right. That took a lot of energy out of them last week. They did not shoot around today. They wanted to have fresh legs. Watched a little video, went through the game plan, but they are out there, and they look like a quicker, tougher team right now.
I'm trying to navigate what I'm doing right now. Shot clock at 9. He lets it fly for 3. No good. Fresno State now laboring from outside. 0 of 7 from downtown. Bulldogs this season 32% from long range. EK patient, waiting for a double team. Nice movement of the basketball. On the outside, Ducell for 3. No. There's fine for it, goes out of bounds. Let's see who this is on. Go against Wyoming. Fresno State with possession.
You got to keep Wyoming off the boards, and that's just a 50-50 rebound. Who wants it more? Those are the types of winning plays you have to make if you're going to win on the road in the Mountain West.
The way that this Wyoming program is aligned to right now, Jess, do you feel like you can make some noise in the tournament?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they are a mystery. How do you guard them? You got two guys who parade to the free throw line, worth 20 points a game, and then shooters all around them.
Beautiful feed from Robinson down low to Holland. Great dime. 2-point advantage for Wyoming.
Robinson's such a good passer out of the double team, and he faces a lot of those, but underrated on the perimeter. Great cut, better pass.
See the net rankings right now in the Mountain West Conference. Those two teams here tonight, Wyoming and Fresno State. Nice turnaround shot and a beautiful one. Nice touch with the right hand from Maldonado. He's heating up.
Imagine this is his first year playing point guard, right? He just looks like he's been playing it all of his life, but he's no answer for those spin moves, and with so many great shooters around him, and him being an excellent passer, it's just hard to have an answer for him.
Helps when you're 6'7". Holland with Robinson. Holland trying to do it himself. He goes, gets the bounce, the roll. Fresno State trying to counter with Wyoming. 15-13, Pokes with the advantage.
Averaging 13.7 boards, 2 assists, and a steal in conference play, and 45% from beyond the arc. But his biggest role in this game is to try to slow down Maldonado on the post.
Shooting nearly 52% from the field this season. Been playing better over the last couple weeks. EK with that double team coming again. Spins away from it. Drawn back iron, though, no good. EK now 2 of 6 from the field. Shot hits the side of the backboard, somehow falls down anyway. What a prayer from Junior Ballard. It all counts the same. Fresno State back out in front now, 16-15.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good. I have no idea how that found the basket.
Well, a prayer was answered. Fresno State now 1 of 8 from downtown. Maldonado to Jeffries, lets it fly for 3. Yes. Ballard goes into the stands. Jeffries, though, on the board for the first time.
4th in the country in three-point shooting. The one guy in the league you cannot leave open. And I talked to him before the game, and he thought he had about 6 threes in him. So there's one.
Robinson almost lost the handle. Ballard back to Robinson. EK matched up. They'll play him straight up with EK there. Robinson with the right hand, drawn back iron. Jeffries skies up for the defensive rebound. Back comes Wyoming. 7 minutes to go here in this game's opening half.
Very smart defense by EK. Played a little power defense, and then when he went up to shoot it, got off of him so they didn't pick up a foul.
Foul away from the play against EK, it looks to be. And Jess, I don't know. Shots coming from the outside. They go in anyway.
Fresno State struggling from beyond the arc, but hey, a little game of horse. You never know.
Back here at St. Mart Center, Wyoming leading Fresno State 18-16 at the half. Mike Hill and Christy Winters-Scott have highlights from across the nation, including the Buckeyes beating Maryland behind 24 points from E.J. Liddell. We'll talk about the first half here when you stay with us at halftime. I don't know where it came from, but somehow it did for Fresno State. Finally getting on the mark from three-point land.
Well, you're a California guy. Are the banks open on Sunday out here? Because they're not in Iowa.
Do things a little differently out here in California. So whatever it takes. I mean, you're 0 of 8, and all of a sudden you have one fall down. It might feel better for Fresno State. You see them right now. You talked about energy with Wyoming, but they're playing their third game in the last 6 days. What's that like? I mean, you've played in your time in Iowa. Did you ever have a situation where you played this amount of games in a short amount of time?
Well, usually not, but with the COVID protocol, these games get tightened up. There's the three-point numbers. I mean, if you're Fresno State and you're 1 for 8 from 3 and your best player only has 1 point, you're feeling pretty good. But to go back to your question, David, if you're winning in those games, you keep your energy. It's when you lose them, it's tough to find it.
Sure. Go from the outside. Rims in and out, no good. Volleyed around. That's controlled nicely by Wyoming. Xavier Ducell. Ducell during his 18th game so far this season. Maldonado, second the team in scoring, about 19 a clip. Doing work against Robinson. The up and under move is pretty.
Yeah, so he just dribbled the ball up the court 20 times, got a drag screen, went over, posted up, kept dribbling it, and then spins for the basket. And some of the best defensive minds in the country still can't come up with a formula to slow him down.
4 of 5 so far from outside. Good for 8 points. Robinson trying to go back to work. Robinson against Thompson. 10 to go in the shot clock. He's called for the offensive foul. I'll tell you what, for Robinson, he's had such a trying day so far. He's matched up against EK. He's matched up against Maldonado. Maybe a little frustration.
An elite defensive player. And how do you defend that? I mean, you move your feet, you get your hands up. I don't see how Maldonado even saw the rim, and he tucks under, and this is what he's been doing this entire season. Why pass it? Just go right back into him again.
Thompson, the shot will not count anyway. Maldonado calling for it. Leading the way in the Mountain West Conference. You see the perimeter players and also the guys down low for Graham Ike, Orlando Robinson, amongst the bigs in the Mountain West Conference. 20 points and counting for Graham Ike. That's his average so far this season. Brazil. Robinson, the hand in his face, got it to go. Contested shot. Orlando Robinson on the board, 20 to 18. Pokes with the advantage.
That's what makes him so tough. I mean, he can shoot the three, can post up, he runs the floor, can pass, but that face-up jumper is lethal.
Ducell left alone for 3, trying to rip the 20, can't do so. Defensive rebound controlled nicely by Ballard. No numbers, though, for Fresno State. They have not been able to run against Wyoming's transition defense. Holland into the key. Backboard, iron, and that was it. Maldonado in pursuit. Ducell, Thompson. Lone for 3, rattles it through the cylinder. 5-point advantage for Wyoming. Quiet in the crowd here at Save Mart Center. It's one thing with Wyoming, you don't know who's going to beat you on any given night. The highlight players, obviously Maldonado, EK are there, but nice complementary pieces for these folks.
Yeah, outstanding sequence for Thompson. I mean, he's fighting for his life down on the post, using his physicality, and then he comes down and sticks a 3 in your eye. Things going well for Wyoming.
Hill, the hand in his face, tough contested shot, getting it to go. Hill so far in this ball game, 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field. Thompson, back to Maldonado. Let's see if the double team comes again. Holland having his hands full. Good ball movement. Jeffries for 3, no. Players colliding underneath. It'll be a jump ball. Possession now says the road team on this one. Odin climbs up, will win it.
The ball movement, the extra pass, the big fella, the follow through.
Cowboys leading Fresno State right now. Bulldogs down by 3, 23 to 20. Taking a look at Orlando Robinson, who's looked drastically different today compared to last week.
Well, he's the top pro prospect in the Mountain West, and it's with moves like this is what the scouts like, that face-up jumper, and shows some physicality, goes off the glass. Thompson says watch these tapes and you study video. If you're Wyoming, you know the moves that he has, so you have to put your hand up. Go into this game, there it is. You can't keep your hand down. You see that, David? You got to keep it up. Hand down, man down.
Go.
He will punish you if you make a mistake defensively. He's got to get it going in this game. But he's a special player.
Yeah, 14 minutes so far. You look at his numbers, 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field. But he's expending a lot of energy in the defensive end against Maldonado and obviously Graham E.K. on the Lute Olson Player of the Year watch list. Last season, second team All-Mountain West. Academic All-Mountain West. 3-point away from Thompson again. Went a little short. Hill, stretch pass all the way down for Robinson. That shot's blocked by Maldonado. Great play from Maldonado, not giving up on it. Robinson again. Inside three-pointer on the way from Campbell. No.
Are you kidding me, Maldonado? Oof. I mean, that was going to be the easiest dunk of the year. And he goes LeBron James and runs that down and punches it. That is one of the better defensive plays you'll see this year.
Thompson again pulling the trigger for three. No. Holland with the defensive rebound. Thompson last season against Fresno State lit him up. He had 7 threes in that ball game. Tonight he's got 1. That's about it. Robinson trying to set the screen, springing Hill loose. Pass on the right wing. Campbell between his legs to Robinson. See if this double team comes against Thompson. Robinson patient with that approach, and that is a perfect move from the big man.
Well, great job by Wenzel to tag that ball screen and cut off that initial action, but it ends up in Robinson's hands, and he knew what to do with it.
Tactics from Robinson. Robinson's up to 5. 2 of 6 from the field, though, so far. Nearing 2 minutes to go here in this first half from Save Mart Center on the campus of Fresno State. It's Sunday night. Glad you can be here with us on FS1. Maldonado. Full feed for Oda with the shot clock expiring.
A great double team. Fresno got what they wanted, but he is still so crafty with the pass and last second play right there. But at least they got it out of his hands on a possession.
The first points of the game from Odin, averaging about 9 a clip. Holland left alone behind the screen. Back iron, no good. It's a bad look for him. Jeffries with the defensive rebound. It's one thing that Fresno State's not getting a lot of tonight. Second and third chance opportunities at the rim.
They shoot 39% from the 3 in conference play, but a lot of these haven't even been close. They are way off with their stroke.
And the one that did go down would have cost you an H, an O, and an R. A three-pointer on the way. That one's good again. And you see Wyoming trying to push their lead up to 6 now. Nice shot from Wenzel. Seems like these shots from Wyoming from long range, uncontested.
I'll tell you what, why does this work for Wenzel? You can't come down and double when he has his eyes up like this. That's way too late. Easy shot for Wenzel and at the defensive end. Will you see a better defense? Ooh, maybe a little risk, but no whistle, no foul. Good effort. Yeah, it's a foul.
Tough on that, Jeff.
I wondered how he missed that.
A for effort, though. Comes Robinson against Thompson again. Pulls up his face. This one no good. Wenzel with a defensive rebound. As we're about a minute to go here in this opening act. Hasn't been wire to wire, but you can tell from Wyoming's performance so far, they're dictating the tempo of this contest. Three-pointer again on the way from Wenzel. This one rims in and out. No good. Jeffries fighting for the loose change, and he's got it. Second chance opportunity here for Wyoming, trying to close out the half strong. They've won 9 of the last 10. Maldonado with hesitation. Double team coming immediately. He's in some trouble. He'll call for time. .8 to go here in this opening half. Cowboys right now up by 6, 28-22. Closing seconds of this first half, 35.8 to go. To be exact, Wyoming has the advantage, up by 6, looking to make it even larger than that. against Fresno State.
You got to watch Jeffries in these situations. He really thrives late in these clocks. Dan halves.
Maldonado, no Jeffries again. Third chance opportunity here. Shot clock, game clock differentials, 10 seconds. Odin, double teams fall away from 15, no good. Robinson cleans it up. And three chances at that to extend their advantage. We'll see what Fresno State does. And with the rock, Robinson up top.
You got to watch the pick and pop here for Robinson on a three-point shot.
Two-man game, 2 to go, 1 to go. High arcing, it won't fall, but he is fouled with 0.3 to go in this first half.
We talked about Hill off the top, and he knew exactly time and possession. Gets his eyes up, 1 second, perfect execution, draws the foul. He's not turning the ball over like he was earlier in the year. He's hitting his three-point shot. Those mid-range jumpers. That's the deal.
Hill this season 70% from the charity stripe. Maldonado is the one called for the foul. That's his first on the night. Need a team in any kind of delicate foul situations. With 0.3 to go, Hill goes 2 for 2. Not enough time for a catch and shoot. A quick touch, and that'll do it for this first half. Cowboys, though, so far 12 of 28 from the field. They've shot well. The one alarming part for Fresno State, they're down by 4. They're 1 of 11 from long range. But at the break right now, first half action controlled by the road team. Wyoming up 28 to 24. To be young again. Got the first baby into the NCAA tournament. We're at the break right now. Wyoming out in front of Fresno State, 28 to 24. David Gascon, Jess Settles. Jess, we talk so much about the bigs, but it's the guards that are doing a lot of the work down low.
Well, especially Maldonado. I mean, he plays 20 minutes. He never comes out of the game. You know what he's going to do. Constantly on the attack. The footwork. Did I say Kevin McHale move? Against one of the best defensive players in the league. And Anthony Holland cutting with integrity. Great pass by Robinson. This kid's been playing extremely well lately. So physical. You just got to take it right into the teeth of the defense.
One thing he has not done is force any shots. First half statistics in this thing. Cowboys have a sizable advantage. Field goal percentage. Downtown 4 to 15. Turnovers 5 to 1 for Wyoming. Points in the paint just about even at 16 apiece. I thought that pretty much play out as it is.
Yeah, it's a three-point shooting, right? 1 for 11 for the Bulldogs. Cowboys not much better, 4 for 15. And when those double teams come for both teams, somebody's going to have to step up and hit a bunch of them in the second half.
Speaking of stepping up, how about this? The baby race, it didn't go to red. It went to blue.
No.
Blue takes it all the way. Cowboys up by 4, second half, right around the corner. Back here getting ready for the second half. Just settles. David Gascon here. Cowboys have the advantage right now, 28 to 24. Lots of talk. Jess, obviously, Mountain West Conference Players of the Week. The usual suspects, of course.
Well, Maldonado and Ike are the top scoring duo in the country. Those guys get you 40 to 50 points a night. Ike got in a little foul trouble, but Robinson and company were not able to take advantage. And look at the numbers, 27.5 points, 11.5 rebounds on his Player of the Week. But he's got to step up and have 15 to 20 in this second half. And you got to give a lot of credit to Thompson for filling in for Ike. He came in and did his work. Kept the lead for Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming 7-1 in conference play. It's their best start in conference play since the 2001-2002 campaign. That year they finished 22-9, 11-3 in the Mountain West Conference. They were an 11th seed in the NCAA tournament. Backdoor feed was beautiful, but a blown shot underneath by Jordan Campbell.
You won't get a better play coming out to start the second half, but didn't even draw rim on the layup.
Live here from the Save Mart Center on the campus of Fresno State. Wyoming Cowboys, Fresno State Bulldogs. This is game 1 of 2. The previous one was supposed to be played earlier on in January. Jeffries with the shot clock reading at 7. Nice ball fake for Maldonado. And his pocket picked. Robinson. And back comes Fresno State.
Great double team. Better rotations led to a turnover.
Now wide open for 3, and he obliges. Second 3 of the ball game for Fresno State. They're within one, 28-27.
He's had 2 or more threes in each of his last 5 games, and that's how they have to score. That transition offense or secondary offense, they're struggling with their half-court offense. You got to get steals and get out and run.
That was the goal of this game from Jeff Linder, the head coach of Wyoming. Maldonado, uncontested 3. That one goes in and out. Tough break for him. Back comes Fresno State in transition. Campbell, outside Hill, back-to-back triples. This one's way off the mark, no good. Maldonado with a defensive rebound.
Yeah, I mean, this poor three-point shooting is contagious. Another tough shot. Great push. Wide open 3 and didn't come close.
EK going away from the double team. Wenzel back to EK with 9 to go in the shot clock. Good double team. Smart away for a second with 5 to go. The follow away. Nice touch from the big man.
Great double by Holland. Came over and chested up, but the second time EK's been able to get his miss back and put it back in.
Coming off a torn ACL 3 years ago, dropping his body fat percentage from 22 down to 12, Campbell an air ball. And he just continues to work on his game in season, off season, whatever it may be for the big man.
And he's just gonna, just for fun, play a little point guard in this possession. Bring it up.
EK again, the follow, but this one won't drop for him, but he will go to the free throw line for a couple.
Great defense on the initial action, but you got to finish with the rebound, and there's the fadeaway. And Fresno State, when they get out and run, it's way too much space, some confusion. Who's guarding who, and those are the type of baskets they've got to hit.
It's one of the rare moments tonight for Wyoming's defense where they broke down. Speaking of their offense, though, Jordan Campbell, 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown as EK hits the first of 2. EK from Aurora, Colorado, 70% free throw shooter on the year. 3rd in the conference in field goal percentage. Right now, sitting at just a hair over 20 points per game on the year.
Wyoming's made 322 free throws, which obviously leads to Mountain West, but it's because EK and Maldonado just parade to the line. They don't just get there, they make them. So it's usually a dunk or a layup, a 3-point shot, or a free throw for Wyoming. That's hard to guard.
Junior Ballard back in the game for Fresno State. Robinson doing one-on-one here, much like EK. Turnaround, follow away from 10, no good. Front iron, one's with a defensive rebound. Interesting to your point, too, with Wyoming and what they do at the free throw line. They are a 3-point shooting team. It's a little odd, right? They're not selling for shots, but they do force the issue at times.
They take great shots. They only take great shots like that one, but those 2 guys on the post take high percentage shots, and they either score or get fouled. There's really no formula to stop them.
Maldonado now at 10. Cowboys on a 6-0 run. Holland trying to respond. No tough break for him. Volleyed around, controlled by Maldonado. Maldonado so far 5 of 8 from the field. He also has 5 rebounds. Holland matched up. Wide open again. 3-pointer on the way. Off the mark. EK skies up for the rebound after the miss from Odin. EK trying to shove it over to Odin. He's called for too many steps. Back to Maldonado.
Yeah, just crab dribble, little step back. He's so tall, he's so long. It's an unguardable shot. The old, they used to say the skyhook from Kareem was unguardable, but that fadeaway that all the guys are doing now has now replaced that. You don't see the skyhook very often.
Underneath penetration, a foul underneath by Jeffries as Ballard hits the deck. Jeffries called for the foul. It's a beautiful feed underneath.
Look at Ballard on that cut. Uses the bounce to gain position and gets to the line. Good call. When you're not shooting the 3 well, you got to find other ways to score.
Mentioned the start of conference play for Wyoming. Last time they got off to this kind of a start, they were the 11th seed in the NCAA tournament back in the 2001-2002 campaign. How about this? That year, in the first round, they beat Gonzaga. The second round, they lost to Arizona 68-60. Luke Walton and Channing Frye were both on that squad.
There's Fresno State putting a little full court pressure on, try to get the ball out of Maldonado's hands, but they've got to play here this next 5 minutes with a sense of urgency. This is a huge opportunity for the Bulldogs. You're on your home court, you're playing against Wyoming. You've got to win this game. Let's see where their energy is over the next 4 or 5 possessions.
Or pass from Maldonado picked off. Nice job by Ballard sticking his hand out. Comes Robinson on the counter. Robinson for the double team. It never comes against EK. Tries to go up with it. Can't finish it. But 2 free throws coming his way. On the other side, Robinson and Fresno State need to get on the horse. They're down right now 34-28 to these Cowboys. We'll be back. Wyoming leading Fresno State here 34-28. Tomorrow, a Pac-12 rivalry heats up down in the desert. Number 7 Arizona against arch rival Arizona State. It all tips tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Arizona State doing a little court diving as well. They beat up on UCLA last night. A game that was tight throughout, but it went to triple overtime. Arizona State was a double-digit dog, and they came away and prevailed against the Bruins. 3rd-ranked team in the nation goes down.
Huge win for both teams. Huge win for Arizona State and Bobby Hurley. And
yeah.
Our producer, Mark Balk, thinks Kenny Anderson in those early 90s battles with Bobby Hurley. He thinks he's Georgia Tech. He thinks he was better than Bobby Hurley. What do you think?
I'm going to keep myself out of this one for the sake of future relationships with both of you guys. Robinson hits the first free throw. What do you make of it, though? UCLA loses yesterday. Auburn barely beats Georgia 74-72. Then number 8 Baylor got blasted by Kansas.
Yeah, there are 10 to 15 teams in the country that sincerely feel like they can win the national title this year. There's just not one team dominating, and everybody has an opportunity. March Madness is going to be as crazy as it's ever been, and there's several teams from the Mountain West, including these 2 teams, who could make some noise if they could get in there. They have great players, great coaches. They both defend, and they can shoot the 3.
Jeffries catch and shoot for 3 off the mark. The ball's on the deck, picked up, though, by Fresno State. Here comes Robinson. Michigan State got blasted by Rutgers yesterday, losing by 21 points. Robinson goes up by his lonesome against Thompson, and he scores. It's a 2-point affair.
Well, you won't see a prettier ball screen on the side. Great spin, great screen and roll, easy basket.
Cowboys 34, Bulldogs 32. Fresno State has won 14 of 17 at home against Wyoming. That shot was blocked by Robinson with Maldonado. Back to the screen game here.
Robinson's so good holding the screen. Nothing you can do about it. Such a difficult play to guard. No help on the backside. And we talked about that energy. You can just feel it in the building a little bit. They know what's at stake here.
Yeah, it feels like the building's waking up. It's taken a little while.
I think the baby race has got him into it. Don't you?
I do. Red versus blue. Maldonado, the spin move against Holland. That's good defense from Holland, not leaving his feet. Grabs the miss. Fresno State with an opportunity here to tie or take the lead.
That matchup's personal between the 2 of them. The 5th time that they played. They know each other very well. You got to be physical with Maldonado on the box, and Holland is definitely physical.
Thompson checking Robinson right now. Orlando scoring him up. Robinson with 7 to go on the shot clock. Spinning, moving, falling away. And a 2-pointer off the mark. Wenzel with some fine defense, grabbing the board, and back comes Wyoming.
Great D by Thompson. EK picks up his 3rd foul and in foul trouble again. Only played 10 minutes in the first half, so that's a big story going forward. But Thompson so far hanging in there at that end.
Foul underneath. Mentioning the Mountain West Conference so far and where we stand. Tournament teams, some on the outside, some in the in. Mountain West Conference, though, Michael DeCourcy, he has a couple teams, obviously Colorado State, Boise State, Wyoming, that are there.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can talk Mike into 4.
San Diego State.
We're buddies. I can send him a text. San Diego State, if the stars align, maybe 5.
Donato goes up. Tell you what, that game at Moby Arena, it was electric in that building. And it was a back and forth there that saw San Diego State nearly escape with the victory. Maldonado goes up with this one.
Puts so much pressure on the defense. He puts pressure on the officials, and This is where he lives for many minutes of the game at the free throw line.
And you say that, it's his first free throws of the night. Maldonado so far with 11 points. 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown.
Always a triple-double threat. 156 free throw attempts on the year. Knows how to get there.
72% free throw shooter on the campaign. Goes 1 of 2 there.
See if they can get that side ball screen set up again. That's too open for him.
Robinson lets it fly. Back iron underneath, though. Colomario. Miss on that attempt as well. Jeffrey skies up for the rebound.
He's just, pound for pound, you will not see a better offensive rebound. He just couldn't finish right there, but he has such a sense for where that ball is going to come off.
Blind pass. Odin penetrating. Maldonado's by his lonesome again, and he scores. It's a good kick out by Maldonado. He got it back from Odin.
Odin, the best dunker on the team. He really came out in that Colorado State game and hit a couple threes early. Got that crowd into it, but what a pass.
Separation from Robinson. He blows the bunny. Odin fighting for it. Tie up there. Colomario forcing the jump ball.
Wyoming so good at passing the basketball. Very unselfish. You break the defense down, give it up to your teammate. Might have been hit on that. It's another easy finish, but at the Fresno State end, this is the one thing that Robinson, he's gonna test the draft waters again at the end of this year. He did last year, but getting more strength, getting more muscle. He's got to be able to finish those at this level if he wants to finish them at the next level.
Justin Whittaker into the contest for Fresno State. Mentioned Robinson. He's about 234 pounds right now. Big frame at 7 feet tall. Maldonado got the bump. The hip check didn't work. The sky hook nearly fouled for him. 5-point lead for the Cowboys. They're looking for more.
Yeah, hey, I mean, what move doesn't he have?
What, did you have that at Iowa?
I would have picked up a charge on that play. Here it comes again.
Inside, Thompson. Fly for 3 and rips the twine. Nice shot from Thompson. It's the second 3 of the ball game. And now he's got 6.
Yeah, that's the problem. When you come with the double from the strong side, he can just flick it with his wrist right in the shooting pocket, kicks it out there, hits the 3, and 2 guys fall down. And that just kind of summarizes what it's like to play defense against Maldonado in Wyoming. You know it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. You can't stop it.
A blocking foul against Thompson.
Maldonado leads the conference in assists, and you can see why. Couple dribbles, you're too late. 3-pointer. 2 guys fall. Nothing but the bottom.
Back inside the St. Mart Center, the campus of Fresno State. Cowboys with an 8-point advantage over the Bulldogs. Jess, we talked about the defense at the top of the show, and it's continued into this ball game on both sides.
Yeah, you just can't shoot threes against these guys. 14th in the country in 3-point percentage defense. Fresno State has struggled. EK does a nice job of guarding the post one-on-one so his guards can cover the outside. But I think in this game, Fresno State, when they watch the tape, they've had several that they feel like they're open. They just haven't been able to hit, so it's a little bit of give and take. But Wyoming known for their brilliant offense, but they are guarding this year. The other thing about Wyoming, they're winning the close games. I mean, that's what it takes to have a special season. Good offense, great defense, and win those sometimes that you feel like you escaped with.
Fresno State has hit 1 of their last 9 shots. Fresno State with possession. Robinson moving against Thompson. Big man goes up, kisses it off window for 2. It's a 6-point lead for Wyoming. Drops a 6-0 run for Wyoming. Thompson has hit a couple triples in this ball game to Jeffries, who's played well on the defensive side. Maldonado working with 13 points, 6 of 11 from the field against Holland. Double team coming outside. Thompson again for 3. No. Skying underneath for that is Odin. Odin grabs the offensive board.
Odin is so explosive. I mean, he's a foot taller in the air than anybody else. And he's just playing so well right now.
6'8" helps. Arizona with the rock. 5 to go in the shot clock. Thompson with 4 to go. Lets it fly. No. Back iron. Another offensive opportunity here for Wyoming. Wenzel with that offensive board. Shot clock back at 15. Maldonado read the defense. 9 offensive rebounds and counting for Wyoming. Maldonado drawing some body contact underneath. Mountain West Conference standings and where it stands right now is Wyoming, Fresno State, not much separation. Boise State, the one loss in conference play was to Wyoming a couple nights ago because of Graham Ike. Dude lit them up with 33 points in that victory. Ballgame was tied at 28 apiece before they found some separation and went late.
Robinson's going to sit, and then EK comes back in with fresh legs. But if you're Fresno State, it's just devastating to give up 2 offensive rebounds, have to play 2 possessions of defense, then pick up a foul. This is a big possession in this game. They need to get a stop here, and you don't want to leave him open.
Jeffries drawn back iron, no good again. Mia with the defensive rebound. Braxton Mia, his first look here tonight. Hill, weak side pass to Ballard. Some slight hesitation. Fresno State from beyond the arc this evening is 2 of 14. And one of those shots that went down was off the side of the backboard. Excuse me, shot. Ballard into the corner. Stroud. 3 to go in the shot clock. 2. Ballard the floater. Yes.
A great decision. Beautiful floater. He had the space to take the 3. He knew in his head they weren't shooting it well, so you get into the paint and get the crowd back in this one.
Fans showing some life here at Save Mart Center. Maldonado trying to quiet him. EK matched up with Mia. Complete mismatch, too. We set feet of Jeffries from beyond the arc. Jeffries to Maldonado. Against Holland one-on-one. Maldonado, patient approach, and that is beautiful. Hunter Maldonado with 15 points, 7 of 12 from the field.
He just has the strength to displace the defender and then the length to go up over the defender as they try to recover.
It's one of the things that Jeff Linder said to us earlier today, non-paint twos. He wanted to limit those. Back the other way, Isaiah Hill, though, strong off glass.
Ballard and now Hill attacking the paint, getting downhill, creating some momentum. We got a 4-point game.
Odin was obliged to take that shot, did not fire away. Jeff Linder nearly on the court right now. Okay, and Maldonado open. Odin, nice ball fake, attacking, going up. That's going to be an offensive foul back the other way. That's a tough break for Odin. He doesn't like the call either. Shine away from the officials.
Great pass, he drives. I like the call. Set, I think he was outside the line. And then look at this possession. Everyone touches the ball for Fresno State. No panic. They're not shooting it well. Move it side to side. Rotate the defense. There's the breakdown by Jeffries. That is how you play basketball at the offensive end.
Well, back to action on the offensive side. Nothing but Twan. Nice job by Isaiah Hill. Back-to-back shots for him. And don't look now, here comes Fresno State. They've hit their last 4 shots to close the gap.
Such high basketball IQ. You're struggling to shoot the 3. Move it around, let everybody touch it. Get your feet into the paint and good things happen.
Odin left alone for 3. This one never had a chance. Jeffries underneath. A whistle, a foul. Looks to be against the Bulldog. Let's see who this is on. Might be Whittaker. Wait for confirmation on that. It is Whittaker. It's his first personal foul. Pretty clean game across the board. I mean, fouls, turnovers, not a lot of it. Fresno State has all of 1 turnover in this contest. Wyoming 9.
And Jeffries 1 for 5 from 3, and many of his shots have been open. So he's got to find his confidence here. But he has pulled down 7 boards, so he continues to play hard.
Back to EK, off the dribble, and he's called for travel. I don't know about that. But EK pleading his case to the officials. Under 8 minutes to go in regulation. We got a good one, folks. Isaiah Hill doing his thing for the Bulldogs. They're within 2, 42-40. Cowboys with the lead. Got a nail biter here. Cowboys and Bulldogs. Wyoming up 42-40, and that's because of this man, Isaiah Hill, who's played even better in the second half compared to the first. He's got 7 here in the second half, 13 points though, and he's getting it from all kinds of different angles.
Just love his game. His basketball IQ is off the charts. His team is struggling. He has to step up. Averages 11 points in conference play, but already with 13 points, 5 for 10. That's a nice three-point shot as well, but Fresno State going a little small ball here with Robinson on the bench, and he's taking advantage of those open lanes to get his feet in there and make everybody better and score the basketball.
Yeah, against Nevada the other night, he had 14 points and 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown, 6 assists, 3 steals in 36 minutes. Well, yeah, that's what you need. I mean, the go-to guy has been Orlando Robinson all season long. Anthony Holland has come on as of late, but you need those second and third pieces to step up. And the focal point is laboring a little bit. Speaking of Hill, back to the action we go. Into the corner, Stroud, step back for 3, short on it.
Oh, that's just a bad shot. I mean, Hill hit him right where he needed it early. You can't take a dribble and then fade away. He wants that one back.
Especially out of a timeout.
Wow.
Wyoming trying to win 10 of 11. EK to work he goes again. That's strong defense and blocked out of bounds from Mia. Braxton Mia all smiles from the sophomore. It helps when you're 7'1" and 250, botting off EK.
That's exactly why he's in the game, to slow down EK, and it's all ball, excellent footwork, great defensive effort.
Raise some eyebrows. Holland's going to come out. Colomario returns. There's Ducell to Jeffries. Shot clock is at 8 for EK. EK gets the double team. Better move this time. Goes up and underneath. Splitting the defenders against Mia this time. 44-40 Wyoming. EK in a double digits. Ballard drawing some body contact against Wenzel. No foul being called, though. Blair's hitting the deck. Ducell's down there, along with Mia. What did I say? It's a foul against Ducell. A foul against Ducell, as you saw EK there against Mia.
Talk about splitting a double team. I don't know how he got through there, but a little flex there by EK, and then everybody just having fun. Get up there. This one matters. Get down on the floor in this one.
Robinson, beautiful feed underneath. Colomario puts it in for 2. Colomario could have pitched a 10. He was by his lonesome.
Great job composing himself, getting his footwork right. Young players, you use that pump fake just to get your feet right, not necessarily to get the defender to jump, but just to get poised, and then he went right up off the glass.
Okay, again against Robinson. Wenzel takes a pass, fires a 3, hits a 3. Big shot from Wenzel. Wenzel now up to 11 points in this contest. 3 of 5 from long range as we head to break. And Jess, we got a good one. 47-42. Cowboys, can they hold on? We'll find out. More to come on the other side. David Gascon, Jess Settles on the campus of Fresno State. We ate earlier at Doghouse Grill. Speaking of feeding, Jess, someone's getting fed tonight here, in particular the second half.
Your star players have to play great in these type of games, especially down the stretch. There's the square up. Keep your guy on Aldonado. He comes up. You can never help up. Colomario slips in behind it for the easy basket. The passing, the decision-making by Fresno State over the last 5 minutes to get their teammates open has been fantastic.
This is your first encounter Fresno State up close and personal. What's it like for you here in Central California?
There's nothing like getting off the plane and having the sunshine hit you, right? I'm coming from 5 below and you come out here at 70 degrees. Right. Such a beautiful area. I'm a farm kid. This is one of the great farming communities in the world. And it's nice to see this community and be a part of this. And they've got a great basketball team, but this one is a big one. They need to win this game to help their resume.
Robinson Working, directing, firing. That's one off the mark. Maybe hit the rim a little bit. Fresno State celebrating 100 years of competition in college basketball. EK, double team goes away from it. Ducell, nice move into the lane. Drawn back iron, no good. Maldonado again, skies up for it and completes it. There are times that he can take a back seat to EK, but not tonight. Hunter Maldonado with 17 points, 8 of 13 from the field. 7-point lead. Robinson trying to put a dent into it. No, on the first attempt, Ducell looked like he got all ball. That's what he's telling the official closest to us.
Wyoming continue to win a lot of these 50-50 balls coming off of the rim, and you just have to find a way to put your body on that guy. Goes up over 3. Little baby hook shot and sprints back to guard. He has been sensational, playing like an All-American. And I've said this the last couple of games. It seems like every game I cover comes down to the wire. And the other thing is, I have no idea how you're going to pick an all-league team this year. I mean, I thought last time there were 10 guys who were first-teamers, and now there might be 12 or 13. It's just remarkable. The Mountain West, if you haven't watched it much, set your DVR. This is incredible basketball with elite-level players.
Robinson's second free throw, not good. Yeah, they saw it last week with Wyoming. They had 2 games at home, both of them court storming, beating Colorado State in overtime, and then Boise State on Thursday night.
It's always interesting because Coach Linder known for developing point guards at that high pick and roll action. And yet with Maldonado, because he's not an elite shooter, he just trains him to post up, and has totally changed his philosophy, and it's led to this sensational season so far. Just great coaching by that entire staff to put him in those positions.
Nice touch from the hill. The floater at the free throw line is true. Lead is back down to 5 for Wyoming. That'll be a backcourt violation. No, 10-second violation, I beg your pardon. Wyoming a little cautious on their approach, and Jeff Linder's on the court right now talking to his team, moving the basketball and playing with a sense of urgency. That's a turnover, though.
Didn't Coach Linder tell us this morning? He said, we've got to be prepared when they make shots and slap that press on us. And in this case, they were not. Just holding the basketball takes too much time. There's the double. Jeffries gets it in the spot he's uncomfortable with, and no urgency getting it across.
Ballard, shot clock is at 6. They need to hurry up. Robinson, patient, deliberate, 3 to go. Follow that step back, no good. Ducell gets the rebound, and back comes Wyoming. That's what he says. Linder said that his team, even though it's young, it's mature, and it's awfully smart. Not a lot of miscues on their end. Maldonado trying to add to 17 points against Holland. Maldonado, shot blocked from the backside of Robinson, but there's EK to clean up the mess. He's got 12.
Oh, that's an assist for Maldonado. I mean, we're going to have to get a replay of that. I think that came back to him, and as he's falling down, he hits his teammate. Are you kidding me? That is an incredible play.
7-point lead. Robinson and company trying to keep this thing close. They're under 4 to play in regulation. Backdoor feed. Colomario, it's going to be an offensive foul as Maldonado draws it. For Wyoming, he could do it all. 3:37 to play in regulation. Hunter Maldonado, Graham EK cleaning things up, and they have a 7-point lead. Matt Bradley had 26 points and 7 rebounds to pace the way for San Diego State. They escaped Nevada today, 65-63 to move up a little bit. You see the Mountain West Conference standings 1 through 11. This means a lot in so many different ways, but Jess, take me through this because we talked to Jeff Linder earlier today about his team, but the other element is now what do you do with all the hype and the accolades that come your way? 18-3, they've won 9 of their last 10. How do you temper those emotions as a player?
I don't think the veterans will let the young guys get too emotional with what's going on, and they are very hard working. So if you just keep putting in the work, things won't get out of bounds. But I also talked to Coach Hudson before the game, and he said in his 15 years of being in the Mountain West, he's never seen a better 1 through 11 league. Yeah. Every single night is a battle, especially with some of the schedules these guys have coming up. So you've got to come up and bring your best game every night.
We're at St. Mart Center right now on the campus of Fresno State. Graham Ike going back to work and one. Ike muscling his way through some traffic, completes it looking for the three-point play. A 9-point advantage so far for Wyoming.
Coach Hutt also told me, he said, if Maldonado can keep his head up, he said he's going to really break you down. He said to his players today, are we messing with him or is he messing with us? And so far in this game, he's been the one doing the messing around. He's been so tough with the dribble and the pass.
Well, Mario with the defensive rebound. Hill navigating at the left elbow.
There you go.
It feels like it's Isaiah Hill's show to close out for Fresno State. Orlando Robinson, who has 11 points, 4 of 16 from the field. The 12 misses matches his career high. Here's Maldonado, though, looking to close for the road team. By 7, Wenzel lets it rip. No, front iron, back iron, stays out. Robinson with the rebound, and back comes Hill and company. Nice move. And some traffic to Sell. It'll be a foul against Wenzel on the block.
Hill taking this game over for Fresno State and guarding well, but putting so much pressure on the bigs. And it's amazing how he can see the play developing before it happens. He knew he had to pull up. Not a very big guard, but those are 17 huge points. And he's going to have to bring him down the stretch. Robinson really struggling in this game. Hill stepping up.
Yeah, Hill played 31 games as a freshman at Tulsa. Helped them share an AAC regular season championship. 70% free throw shooter in the campaign. Misses the first. But he's carrying a lot of the heavy load right now with Robinson, as you mentioned, just laboring a little bit. Timeout by Fresno State. We'll hang out with you here. 2:38 to play in regulation. With Wyoming and where they're standing right now, 18 victories, 3 defeats. It's interesting that Coach Hudson of Fresno State mentioned to you about the conference, the strength. That's high praise coming from a guy that was with Steve Fisher at San Diego State. And all those years that the Aztecs and the Lobos for New Mexico were so good, so dominant. And I mean, those were teams that were real threats to do damage, to not only get into the NCAA tournament, but to see them in the Sweet 16, even the Elite 8.
Yeah, he's been around a long time, and he brought that up. I didn't even ask him, but he said, I've seen better teams at the top. You know, we've had some superstar players, some great teams make deep runs, but he said, nothing 1 through 11 like this, where you have to play extremely well every single night. And you're right. Coach Fisher and Dutch, he was the defensive architect of many of those great teams. He's got a great defense this year, but he told me before the game, he said, we got to score points. You know, Wyoming gets out and scores, and it's tough to match that. And you sure as heck can't miss 2 free throws with 2:40 left in the game when you're trailing.
Fresno State this season has limited the opposition to less than 70 points in 20 of 22 games. Looks like they're going to do that tonight, but can they get the W? Maldonado, crafty back iron. Holland skies up with a one-handed rebound. Nice play by Anthony. Ballard against Jeffries, one-on-one. Holland has been quiet here in the second half. Mario to Robinson, working against EK. Less than 2 minutes to play in regulation. Dump off underneath. Holland. 7 to go in the shot clock. Hill lets it fly from about 27 feet out. He got it. .95 seconds to play in regulation. Does Fresno State have a stop?
They're going to keep Jeffries on the strong side, so if you double down, he's going to fire it out. This is just one-on-one again, and that's too easy.
Bad look for him with the left hand. Maldonado trying to bounce it off of a defender. He hits the deck. That will be a blocking foul, looks to be against Holland. He's not happy with the call.
Boy, that's Steph Curry range right there. What a shot when they needed it the most, but how many times have the Cowboys come up with those 50-50 balls on the rim when you really needed them? Those are huge in this game.
Just the third 3 hit in this game for Fresno State. When you say Steph Curry, I'm thinking Damian Lillard, John Morant, take your pick. as Maldonado hits the first of 2. Maldonado up to 18 points. Maldonado 0 of 3 from long range, but a complete act for him. 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And he's carving up Fresno State.
14 offensive rebounds, 32 points in the paint.
Hill penetrating underneath. Colomero looked like he had his foot on the baseline. Good defense from Maldonado. Hill with a hand in his face. Got it! Back-to-back threes for Isaiah Hill. Fresno State not done yet. 60 seconds to play in regulation. That's a career high for Isaiah Hill. 23 points, 9 of 14 from the field. EK, double team coming, short on it. Robinson with the rebound.
Well, good defense, and they finally came up with a rebound, giving them the opportunity to tie this game.
Robinson for the tie, off the mark. Defensive rebound by Jeffries. They don't need a foul here. Shot clock, game clock differential's about 6 seconds, and they do hit foul anyway. Hill with the foul. I agree with it.
Well, let's take a look at this first. How good has Hill been? Look at the bench. Another deep one, and he made a tremendous pass. Robinson just rimmed it. No, I thought they let that play out with their stout defense. Instead of sending a guy to the free throw line, and I'm not sure coach called for that or not.
Yeah, double bonus for Wyoming. Timeout situation. Both teams have 2 aside. Wyoming has 7 fouls, team fouls. Wyoming on one end, Fresno State 10 team fouls. Mountain West Conference standings and what it all means right now. Wyoming wins tonight. They'll obviously improve to 8-1, 1 game back or a half game back at Boise State. And then more importantly for them, they'll have won 10 of their last 11 games. Again, Save Mart Center and Fresno as a whole, Fresno State has been dominant here on their home court. 14 victories and just 3 defeats against Wyoming. And they lead the all-time series 21 up and 12 down.
Wyoming has been winning these types of games all year. I mean, you think about the Air Force game when they go coast to coast and get the layup. Roddy had the opportunity to win the game with the free throw versus Colorado State. They force it overtime and win that game. So they're having that magical type of season. It's going to come down to free throws in this game. Both coaches letting their guys know, Fresno State, we got 1 timeout if you get in trouble. Wyoming, we have 2 timeouts. Both teams in the bonus. If you're Wyoming, make or miss, you've got to find Hill at the other end.
Big thanks to our executive producer, Matt Hoover, our producer on site today, Mark Pollock, director Isaac Rice, Alex Giannetta on the stats. Gentlemen, thank you very much. And then our entire FS1 team. It's been a lot of fun here in Central California. Glad you could be with us tonight. Maldonado on the first free throw attempt is true, 56-52.
Fresno State, you want to push it hard. You do not have to have a 3 here. You want to attack downhill. If you have to kick it out for a 3, then do that. But the best thing that could happen is to pick up a foul and stop this clock.
Hill, Ballard, catch and release on a 3. That one won't fall down, but he's going to get 3 free throws. That is a head scratcher, my friend.
Well, you got a 5-point lead, and Jeffries goes out and fouls a 3-point shooter. That was not part of the defensive game plan, and he gets up in him. Good call. Great job by Ballard drawing this foul. My goodness.
That's some sweet chin music there. 3-point play. All 3 free throws coming to Junior Ballard on the season, 75%. He's hit 2 of 3 on the evening.
This one critical, and if you make it, you don't have to foul right away when you make these 2. You can force a pass, maybe a turnover. The pressure defense has been working pretty well. Maybe get Wyoming to panic here.
And he goes a perfect 3 for 3. Wyoming will call for time. Fresno State this season 0-3 when they score less than 59 points.
Boy, you can't foul the 3-point shooter in that situation. That is tough.
think about where they are at right now, the net rankings, of course, Wyoming, Fresno State, not much separation with their conference records. The overall records are stellar. Fresno State 16-6 overall, Wyoming 18-3. The one glaring part, both these teams known to protect home court. Wyoming at home 10-0 in the season, Fresno State 10-1. Each team on a little bit of a winning streak. Cowboys have won 3 in a row. Fresno State back-to-back affairs. But the beat goes on. There's little rest for these squads when they turn into this new week. And Jeff Linder right there had mentioned us, it feels like an NBA schedule. At times this year, he had to recalibrate his guys. They played some one-on-one ball, some 5-on-5. Back to the action here, and a home run pass for Wenzel. He got tied up for a second, a foul being called immediately with 21 even to go on the game clock.
Yeah, a little fade route. Good catch. It's so tough to play against Wyoming because they have such great free throw shooters, and Wenzel 77%. It leaves it short under pressure.
A broadcaster's jinx or what?
Hey, now it gets interesting, doesn't it?
Certainly does. Fouls it on their feet here. Save Mart Center. Wenzel hits the second. So it's a 3-point lead for Wyoming. He'll grab it immediately. See if he gets a screen from Colomario. No, pulls the trigger anyway. Short on it. Jeffries with the rebound. He's fouled immediately with 12.7 to go in regulation. It looked like Ballard was thinking about a tie-up at a jump ball.
You know, I can live with this shot. He's been hitting deep ones. That's a pretty clean look. 15 on the clock. That probably was the best one he could get. He's been playing smart in this game, and sometimes you got to let him fly.
And you want to extend the game, obviously, so maybe taking it early to see where the chips lay.
Gives you at least an opportunity to get the offensive rebound.
Jeffries comes up short. And Wyoming as a team this year, 72% from the free throw line. Jeffries, 79% free throw shooter. First 2 free throws of the night. He hits the second. It's a 4-point lead with 10 to play. Hill has to hurry up. Hill will go up. He'll score it. 6.4. And Fresno State will call for time. I'll hang out with you here. Got to ask you, Jess, how good has Graham Ike been offensively and defensively this evening?
Oh, he's done a great job because he's been in some foul trouble, so he's been able to fight through that. But he's come up with a lot of 50-50 balls. He plays so hard. He's healthy now. He's in better shape and just continues to be a force in this league. Didn't get too down on himself in this one when he had to sit. And you've got to give Thompson credit as well for coming in and picking up the slack when he had to go to the bench. And that's just the way it's been for Wyoming this year. But you've got to be extremely strong with the basketball right here. When you catch it, you know you're going to be fouled.
Wyoming has 11 turnovers tonight. Fresno State a mere 2. Inbound immediately to Jeffries, and Hill got him across the arm. So free throws coming back to Jeffries. Drake's been rather quiet offensively. So these 2 free throws, his 3rd and 4th of the contest.
You want to try to stay out of Coffin's corner here if you can. And like the second one got him.
So foul's going to be against Isaiah Hill. 79% on the season. How's that one rattle through? Fresno State does not have a timeout remaining, so they cannot draw anything up. And with less than 5 seconds to go, that'll about do it. Drake Jeffries with 2 huge free throws extend the advantage for Wyoming, 61-57. For as good as Wyoming has been this year at home, 6-2 on the road, and that's what you have to do in the Mountain West Conference. Anyway, I know it's not easy to go into Laramie and win. You had the border war last week, and you were there, and so you're a part of that environment. But take me through this, because you go to Moby Arena, or then you go down to San Diego State. You got the show there, obviously, the Aztecs faithful. It's a rowdy barn. You come here. It's one thing to win at home, but it's another to do it on the road.
Yeah, that's been how it's been for Jeff Linder for most of his career when he's been the head man. He's been able to figure out how to win on the road. It's great three-point shooting, typically. They play so physical, so that defense travels. They're coming up with the 50-50 balls, and his guys a little shaky at the free throw line down the stretch, but they've been able to step up and knock him in here. And if they can close this out, which it looks like they're going to, this is be a monumental win in a very special season that's going on right now for Wyoming. These kids are really tough, and Maldonado, just all the losing and the tough times he's been through, it's just so nice to see him be rewarded for sticking it out. I mean, everybody gets in the transfer portal these days. Everybody wants to leave, go to greener pastures. He wanted to stay there and build something special, and they're off to an amazing run this year.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, in 2020, Wyoming was all of 9-24.
Yeah.
2019, 8-24. And their best campaign was in 2018, where they went 20-13. But still, Jeff Linder comes here. It's only his second season, and then all of a sudden he breathes new life into his team. He has a relationship with EK, and then it doesn't hurt that you have that kind of firepower on your roster, veteran leadership, a good man, a head coach, and then all of a sudden these things fall into place.
Yeah, this team, they thrive off their home crowd. If you live within a couple hours of campus, for the rest of the year, you got to get and see this team play in person. They're physical. They're long. They play together. They make the extra pass. They shoot the three. They're just very exciting to watch, and it's just so fun to see them up close and personal.
Rumor has it that Applebee's was rather lit on Monday night after that victory against Colorado State. Can you confirm or deny that?
Well, hey, look, I don't know. The college kids just pour in there, and everybody had the T-shirt on. I've got the suit and tie. I didn't feel like I fit in very well, but there's excitement brewing around that program, that's for sure.
Listen, if you have a couple pitchers in your hands, I think it doesn't matter what you're wearing, right?
Good steaks.
Officials changed the clock situation, so we're at 5.4. And it's a 4-point lead at 61-57. On to Robinson, working quickly. Hill, 2 to go. That's going to do it. Put back in is more for aesthetic purposes. And that'll do it. Wyoming, impressive here tonight. 61-59 was the final score. They come into Save Mart Center and take care of the Bulldogs in game number 1 of 2 against these two conference foes.
That's a great win. That was a great play right there. The Bryce Drew pass, kick out for the 3. The Fresno State kids fought till the end, but a spectacular, tough win on the road for Wyoming as they continue to climb the ladder.
Hunter Maldonado with 21 points, 8 of 16 from the field. Isaiah Hill led all scorers with 25, but it was in a losing cause. And again, Wyoming now has won 10 of 11, and more importantly, 4 games in a row. Impressive for Wyoming, and they've done everything they've wanted to so far this season.
Well, there's so much talk in the coaching ranks in the Mountain West. How do you guard Maldonado? Do you double him from underneath? Do you come from the top? He's got all these shooters around him. Everybody keeps taking a crack at him, and they cannot figure this out. And you get EK playing well. He can stay on the court. Power players, post-up guys, shooters. It's an amazing team.
Unbelievable this Wyoming team goes, and they continue to push. 19 victories, 3 on the season, just the 3 defeats. Graham EK with 14, Hunter Maldonado with 21. For Just Settles, I'm David Gascon. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. Wyoming wins it by a final score of 61-59. Mountain West Conference action continues throughout the week. Cowboys